Welcome back. You're watching Brand Equity with me, Sonali Krishna. In a world of extremely discerning bunch of youngsters, trying to figure out what they want is quite a task. Not only for the youth themselves, but also for brands and marketers who target this segment. And while studies and researchers do reflect trends, how much difference do they really make to youth marketing is the big question. Khushbu Patodia finds out exactly that.
Sex for the guys, pocket money, or like you see, sex of desire, being sexually compatible. Money, sex is something sexual compatible, necessary priority for the youth. So I do think sex and money does form the basis for relationships nowadays. Money does matter because when relationships you need to be going out, you need to be going places. Yes, most definitely, because it's their priorities. I mean, sex obviously comes with the relationship. Money, yes. Sex, no.
Sex is very important.
Sex is something only after marriage, but it's an integral part of it these days. It shouldn't be, but it is. For the guys, mostly sex does count.
To be sexually compatible is what is the whole basis of dating.
You know, for some reason now all relationships are kind of equated with the sexual compatibility.
It is this entire testing period before you get into a marriage.
It's not on the cards right now.
No love, only sex or paisa. Well, that's what defines the youth of today, at least according to NTV's recent study on youth aged between 17 and 24 years.
Sleep with someone else to get a job.
It's a good thing, I guess. I mean, as long as someone's getting some.
And they call it the age of senescence. The study shows that majority of the youngsters today believe that money attracts the opposite gender.
I think they're experimenting hugely with their bodies. A lot of people say, my father worked with his mind, I will work with my body. Why shouldn't I? It's a key part of me. If I'm not using it, am I wasting what I've got? So if I'm going to use my body and look at what people are doing, whether it's in terms of tattoos, whether it's in terms of, just their hairstyles, their look. Every young person today has a defining look. Nobody wants to, look like me and belong to the herd. Everybody's got a differentiating look. So if we understand that, and that in a sense is creating not a sexual revolution, but maybe a realization of the power of the body, then that's something marketers can take cognizance of.
So simply put, the youth of today have become more voyeuristic in more ways than one. And here's what youth-targeted brands and advertisers have to say.
I agree with it. Because that has to be, if research has picked it up, research is in a sense a laggard indicator. So of course there must be some amount of truth. In terms of brands catching it, you really have to make a case from a brand to brand point of view, because it's not that all brands deliver a value within this set of needs.
Youth is obsessed with new. After a while, having the money, doing the bling thing, running, like a headless chicken after these brands that have this image of wealth and luxury, it's getting a little bit boring. It's no longer new, so you start looking for other things.
Clearly, it is the world of new, and innovation seems to be the key for brands that are looking to tap the youth market, and in fact some of them already are.
अभी डॉक्टर कह रहा है कि it will never.
I'll call you.
Baby.
I promise.
Baby.
Does your mobile operator also leave you when you really need it? It's time to break up.
You look at the kind of proposition today that people are putting out, whether it's an axe where they talk about axe effect, it's a very clear way of actually cashing in on what we call these raging hormones. I think everybody everyone knows that when you're young, the most important thing to you is how appealing you are probably to the opposite sex, and if brands utilize that to attract you, there's nothing wrong with it.
It's more about trying to get your own individuality out, and that's where Be Stupid comes in. All it says is, don't be conservative, don't go by stereotypes, be natural, and that's what you're all about. So it fits in very well with what youth does today.
So while it may be the power of sex and money that drives them today, experts believe that such studies do not have a shelf life, and they soon become redundant as per the changing needs of the capricious bunch of youth today. And that's where the struggle is.
I think it's very complicated today to reach young people. I think fragmentation is kind of a big task for advertisers because it's very fragmented. Everything is not anymore this one suit fit all.
All kinds of entertainment available today. To be able to actually cut across these kind of entertainments would be the biggest challenge a brand would actually face today. Because you're at the end of the day, you're looking for their share of attention.
And to grab their attention, experts say brands need to increase their interesting quotient, because with a million ads coming their way every single day, the youth of today are bound to be spoiled for choices and a lot more discerning, which only adds to the already complex situation at hand. And brand loyalty, you ask? Well, that almost doesn't exist. Yet another important aspect of youth marketing is interactivity, which too comes with its own set of pros and cons.
The interactivity, I would very carefully look if youth consumers are asking for it. If they're not asking for it, then don't get interactive. Don't kind of like try to be in front of them. They'll come to you.
The number of screens in the consumer's life is multiplied. That's from a 40-year-old's point of view. From an 18-year-old's point of view, he's lived with that number of screens today. So therefore, whatever you've created as content, which is the basic value proposition, if it cannot be translated through those multiple screens, it's of little value to him.
It's no longer about brand positioning anymore. Brands can't position themselves and say, I am this. Today, brands need to talk to young people, favorably create experiences that they talk about. And you need a friend to position the brand in another friend's head.
So well, it's really a catch-22 situation for marketers to figure this one out.
It's like totally like nothing.
Where on one hand it's trends that decide campaigns for many, on the other doing something different, and shock value is what works to grab their attention. No one knows for sure. So it does seem that for now, youth marketing will remain experimental, as the youth will remain the most complex TG to crack.
Time to get commercial, but you stay glued, as coming up we tell you how telecom players are making the most of this IPL season. Stay with us.